Digital drama right here in Shreveport, Bossier. What a very exciting time in our community. We just start off with so many big things happening and so many that are going to be covered this weekend and over this festival. The Moonbot Animation Academy Award for the Morris Lesmore production, and now I think you've all read that the new production, Rise of the Guardians, has received the Animation Award as the Best Animated Feature by Hollywood Animation. And then this very weekend, we have Brady Blade working in his digital studio with our own Kenny Wayne Shepherd to produce his new production, his new recording. And we have Twin Engines Lab. I know they're presenting this weekend as well, but internationally known and so many specialists in digital media who are talented. We have the Film Prize that will be opening in just 2 weekends in October with Gregory Kallenberg, who's also recognized as an internationally award-winning documentarian. And then we have Millennium Films, we have Stageworks, we have the commercials and the films that are helping Shreveport and Bossier earn its name and fame as Hollywood South. So when we think about the presentation we just heard from the Cyber Innovation Center as well, I think of them as sort of the cyber secrets, the cybernated team, and I'm not sure exactly what they do, but we know a lot more of it today. You have to admit that we're in a time of just doggone digital dynamite right now in Shreveport, Bossier. Northwest Louisiana is a niche that is exploding with computerized, integrated, logarithmic talent. And so I want to thank the Bossier Arts Council for having the vision to recognize that we need to celebrate and commemorate the digital success of Northwest Louisiana through DigiFest South. Now the big question is, how does a city accommodate all of these talented people in order to grow and to sustain the digital industry? And the answer is that the city must be as creative as the citizens it hopes to attract and keep. And so that, my digital darlings, is where the arts come into play. This city, well, these cities are at the forefront of the newest movement across the nation for the creative sector, and it's called creative placemaking. Rocco Landesman, the chairman for the National Endowment for the Arts, recognizes that a fire lit a fire under Mayor Glover and the City Council and the Parish Commission and the Downtown Development Authority and the Shreveport Regional Arts Council. And this fire has sparked the nation's attention to a 9-block area, a small area known as Shreveport Common. And it's soon to be the home of the creative class, and I hope a few of you digital dynamos. The creative placemaking idea is the process of recognizing that a new natural resource is art and culture, and using that artistic resource to drive a portfolio of integrated strategies will generate vibrancy and diversity in a powerful manner that can transform communities. So there are national funders who are incentivizing this movement away from creating just an arts district that sometimes becomes elitist and that oftentimes fails when the very artists who created it move on, and instead investing in engaging artists in the process of creating places that are memorable, that are vibrant, that use innovative housing to accommodate diverse incomes, that have mixed-use retail, that have public art, that have community gardens where the gardeners actually are supplying food for the cafes, bistros, and restaurants in the area. And some of these funders, like the Educational Foundation of America, the National Endowment for the Arts, have formed a partnership with local funders like Community Foundation and the Beard Foundation, all ready to generate and jumpstart and implement the vision that we call Shreveport Common. And so there is a booklet on this entire vision, and there are also brochures which we'll share with you all in a few minutes, and the portfolio of 37 strategies, many that rely upon technology that will drive Shreveport Common. Richard Fleming may one day be called the father of creative placemaking. Richard Florida first discovered or invented or named the 4 T's, the T's of technology, talent, tolerance, and the 4th T, which is sort of like the great tea brew, the result of that, tourism. And he saw that when you put all 4 of those together in a community, you create the new creative place. You recognize that you are in a new generation of people who work and don't have time for a 2-week vacation, so they take lots of 4-day vacations. They want to travel within 300 miles. They want to leave on Thursday. They want to have all day Saturday, Friday, Saturday, and half a day Sunday to enjoy that community, to go see theater, to go to a festival, to enjoy a concert, to eat at a great restaurant. And then on Sunday, they drive home and have Monday to wash the clothes and get reorganized. And in thinking about this creative place, well, you have to have trailblazers of creative placemaking. And we call these trailblazers the creative class. It's about 1/3 of the American workforce. These are the artists, engineers, architects, boutique owners, gallery owners, and chefs who make the magic that in turn drives this new measurable economy for a community. So the creative class are also the very people who want a creative place 24/7. They're the bedrock that want to live, work, play, and we call it stumble upon the fun in their own neighborhood, and this is what drives a new creative cultural economy. The Americans for the Arts has just completed a study, a 3-year study that shows that the nonprofit sector across America of cultural organizations. Now, I'm not talking about artists, sorry, Molly, and I'm not speaking about the small businesses that we talked about in the beginning, like Blade Studio and Millennium Films. I'm talking about nonprofit art organizations. Across the nation, they drive a $35 billion economic impact, and they employ 4 million full-time positions. In Shreveport, Bossier, and Northwest Louisiana, that impact is $90 million annually, and we generate 2,400 full-time jobs, and we return back to government $13 million in state and local taxes. So for every $1 that government invests in the arts, we're returning $10 back. I say that because when we talk about maximizing creative placemaking and taking those concepts that focus on talent and technology to stimulate a cultural economy and inspire a new community where you want to live, we're talking about Shreveport Common. And now, with a little help from digital technology, we're going to let Mayor Glover tell you about Shreveport Common, an uncommonly vibrant cultural community. Consider the drum roll to introduce Mayor Glover as we go through here.
Hello, friends. I'm Cedric Glover, Mayor of the City of Shreveport. We're delighted to have the opportunity today to talk to you.
Well, try that again.
The mayor's used to having to start over on occasion, so we'll just pretend his microphone didn't work.
I'm Cedric B. Glover, Mayor of the City of Shreveport. I'm delighted to have the opportunity today to talk to you about a new cultural initiative taking place here in our city. Shreveport Common is a vision for revitalization created through the eyes of the arts and guided by both traditional and non-traditional processes, including the precepts of creative placemaking. Because we believe that artists and creative people who will pioneer this area already have much in common, they desire a place that embraces creativity, welcomes diversity, is grounded in authenticity, and will be sustained by the talent, technology, and tourism that will make the district a viable investment. One that is rooted in arts programming, new arts venues, and increased public participation. Restoration, renovation, transformation, revitalization, and the arts. The Arts Council and the city and our community are making arts work to drive a new cultural economy. One that is grounded in authenticity, built with creativity, sustained through public-private reinvestment, simply starting with a vision plan, one that has ignited a new fire in our city, one that puts the arts at the center of energizing a blighted area. It is a solid step towards making Shreveport the next great city of the South. Thank you.
Now, as we move on to the next presentation of the Common Link, are we going to be able to do that? Oh, good. I just want to tell you that at the heart of this 9-block creative district is what we call the hub, the center, the transformation, transportation, substation that is going to revolutionize how we all think about getting to and from work and play. We call it Line and Sky at the Common Link, and it's that wonderful yellow swath that we're about to look at right now. A lot of people ask me, okay, is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it a bus stop? Well, no, it's none of those. What it really is an element of public art that does have superhero qualities. Line and Sky is a gathering place. It's the place to catch a bus, catch a ride, a taxi, the iShuttle, catch up with friends. It's a place to catch up on the latest information, to look at the Shreveport Bossier Fun Guide and find out what's going on, what does it cost, where is it, how do I get there, and if I walk or ride a bike instead of driving my car, how many calories will I burn? So as we think about Line and Sky, we think of it as an artist's digital dream. It's designed by Joe O'Connell and Blessing Hancock from Tucson, Arizona, and it is supported by a local artist team who's been working with them for 6 months. The sky, as we call it, you're looking at the yellow line that is the sky. It's 210 feet, which is an entire city block in the 900 block of Texas Street. It's LED lit Lexan, and it changes colors throughout the evening, and during the day, it's like a ray of sunlight. The sky will welcome you to Shreveport Common, and it will announce events by color symbols that tell you, is there something going on at the Municipal Auditorium, or maybe it's taking place at Mini Cine, or is it happening over in the Central Art Station? And if there's a wedding that's taking place at the Holy Cross Episcopal Church or Lakeside Baptist Church, it will even glow white and play wedding bells. So the Common Link is a lot of fun, and I've told you about the sky, but the line is a continuous red line. In the presentation it looks black, but it will be bright red, and it will symbolize a line of over 1,000 feet of what Shreveport and Bossier people want to do, how they want to enjoy life, and what they believe are the important things that we should reflect upon in our community. Over a week, we had more than 1,000 people come. Some were third graders, children, and families, but they came to play with red wire and create for themselves what they felt should be the line. Now, you all tell me, 1,000 people, you could create anything you want. What's the most important thing to you, and what do you think out of 1,300 entries we received 500 of? Call it out. Hearts, thank you very much, that's right. Most people said it's all about love. And then there were the requisite flowers, and there were basketball hoops and stars, because after all, the Municipal Auditorium was the cradle of the stars. So these designs were judged by the artist team, and then they were organized into the steel pipe that will have seating, swinging, and yes, a place to shoot a basketball. And the line extends, as you can see, outside of the canopy, so that we've created some doors and archways and entrances into Line and Sky. The technology is found in the interactive hub. Here there are touch screens and digital jukebox, and in the digital jukebox we'll reveal the creative class of Northwest Louisiana. It'll play music that's been recorded by Shreveport musicians. It'll be a virtual history of the music of our area. For example, it'll go all the way back to before Huddy Ledbetter walked the streets of Sprague Street in the Fannin Street area. It will tell you about the music of the Municipal Auditorium and its transformation to the Louisiana Hayride, and it will talk about and perform the music of the phenomenon that took place on the rooftop of the Calanthium Temple when Cab Calloway, Duke Ellington, and Satchmo played up on the Calanthium. And you'll also be able to listen to new music and new musicians who are making their way right now. We'll be able to change the music on a monthly basis. Also in these electronic hubs, you'll be able to see the artwork of local artists on big screens over both sides of the hubs, the embrace of the piece. And we'll be able to show the digital directory of Northwest Louisiana artists. And the screens will also show the bus schedules, you know, and they'll show additionally the Shreveport Bossier Fund Guide, so you can go online and buy your ticket to an event. What we think is most exciting, though, is that after you select what you want to do and you decide how you and a group are going to go, hopefully by bike, bus, or walking, then you'll be able to learn what are the sites along the way, the history of our community, the attractions and the venues that you might not have looked at before, but now you'll be given an eye to do so. So when we think about the Common Link and this particular piece of Shreveport Common in the hub of a 9-block area, we think of future development, public development and private development. Shreveport Common has so many exciting elements that merge technology and talent. Well, you might call it a hot spot. Now, those of us my age would think of a hot spot as somewhere kind of sexy, a place that there's a lot to do, it's hip, it's cool. But when you think of a hot spot, you know that what I really mean is that it's digitally accessible all the time and in all the places. You can go online, you can use your computer, you can make a film, everything is wireless. So innovation and imagination are what will take us forward, and I hope you're going to join us in Shreveport Common.